Okay, folks, let's see what we have here. This will be an interesting one. Something that is supposed to help something that I really fear because I get violently sick, and it's not COVID. It is not COVID, folks. COVID to me is really, I don't get symptoms hardly, if at all. I'm basically either asymptomatic or mild, extremely mild. It's hard to tell. But when I get the cold and the flu, which is what I'm talking about here, folks, I get very, very ill. I can't tolerate the congestion and the fevers I get, the fever and the cough and the sore throat. The sore throat's not the problem. I get laryngitis when I catch the flu. So if you ever hear me talking in a deep, bassy sounding voice and trying to force the wind through my talking loudly, because I can't, when I try to talk quietly with the flu, I can't talk. It's like comes out as a whisper, so I have to fucking talk loudly, and it sounds really like a booming bass. So it's quite severe. You'll know when I've got it, folks. It's not like what most people appear to get. They get a mild sort of a dose. They get a runny nose and all that, but they don't fucking have the same laryngitis problem that I've got. And yeah, what is this thing that's used to soothe it? It is an empty Vicks Vapor Drop Butter Menthol. That's supposed to help your congestion, but for me, it does nothing. This sort of shit does not work. That's the problem I have. I can't use anything to make me feel a whole lot better when I'm sick. I get really sick and it lasts for 3 weeks. So I really have to stay out of the way, and I get so angry at the people on the bus who've got the cold and the flu and who's coughing and spluttering, especially when they don't cough into their elbow or their... And even then I get scared. I play musical chairs on public transport, trying to dodge people who I think might be sick or who are sick. And it really is difficult dealing with that. And I just get so fucking ill when I catch the flu, and I'm just trying to avoid the bloody shit like the plague. It's awful, folks. It's fucking awful. Hate public transport, folks. No, we don't want that, do we? We want... stupid. I think brown's not the right colour. I don't know, folks. I'm going to maybe take out some of the red and maybe make the hue a little bit... Actually, no, we're going to make it warmer. But basically, I just can't tolerate the flu, or it just really drives me nuts. I can't swallow. I need to swallow more because I'm trying to swallow phlegm and congestion and shit. So, if I get angry at you giving me the flu, you can understand that I'm not able to tolerate it very well. This is it. This is our packaging of our flu relief. I do think maybe we could take a section out of that. That might be something interesting. But basically, I just don't have the ability to tolerate such a sickness. I just haven't got the ability to tolerate it. And 2 nights, I always have the congestion in my nose peaks for 2 nights, and for that 2 nights, it's harrowing. I can't swallow properly. I can't breathe properly. It's horrid. It is absolutely and utterly horrid that I can't breathe and all the rest of it, folks. So I have to fucking avoid this shit. I don't like it, folks. I really hate it. And I hate it when people carry this shit and they don't seem to care if you catch it or not. And I don't want to be the one on the bus coughing and spluttering. And I wear a mask. So wearing a mask over a runny nose is not a nice thing. So I try my best. I've got to be well enough to travel, because I have to go places to demo. And if I get sick, it's going to be hard for me to muster up enough energy, especially when I suffer from insomnia. I suffer from insomnia on a frequent basis, folks. I often find myself obsessing over swallowing when I go to bed, and I can't sleep properly because I'm trying to swallow, and that's without a cold or a flu. And it really is difficult, and I really get really thingy about swallowing. And it really, it's a real disruption, but basically I'm trying my best to stay well so I don't end up dealing with that shit. I'm just going to turn it over. I do think I'm going to move it a bit across. But basically, yeah, I'm just trying to stay well, for fuck's sake, folks. Staying well, it's important. So, if I get angry and get a bit snippy on the bus, if you see me on the bus wearing my trademark white mask and you see me getting pissed off, well, yeah, I don't want to fucking get sick. It might be okay for you to get sick because you can use these Vicks things and they clear the nostrils, but they don't clear the congestion I've got is like what you could refer to as industrial strength congestion. So you don't want to see me getting really pissed off about it. And I get pissed off. It's not just getting pissed off, it's really upsetting. It's something I just can't, for the life of me, tolerate. I'm just wondering which way we're going to move it down. But yeah, I just want to stay well. I just want to be well enough to travel, and I don't want to pass it to someone who could end up in hospital, because a lot of people, that's one of the things I can be grateful for, is that I'm not the kind of person that ends up in hospital because of this. But at the same time, I just don't want to get sick nonetheless. I do think maybe we're moving it the right direction, because we want to move it down and show that bit there. But basically I just hate cold and flu, and I don't know why. I hate being on public transport with these I call them snifflers, the ones that sniff, snifflers. And most of these people just don't seem to have any kind of worry about getting sick. That's the funny thing. They don't wear masks, right? People have, since COVID was taken off the high alert list, people have just gone back to not wearing masks. And I really find that a problem. If we had everyone wearing masks, we wouldn't have cold and flu getting around so much. So, I really hate the way we've just become so blasé about regarding mask wearing, that it's not funny anymore. I don't like the way this is going. I'm going to do something different, folks. This one's not working. We're going to make it into a fucking movement piece, folks. Fuck it. But yeah, I just hate the way people are just so blasé about the cold and the flu or anything that's contagious. And they just don't seem to care. And yet a person like me is always on high alert. Every time we get on a bus or a train, a person like me gets really fucked up over it. And really, it is a fuck up. I really hate it. And I just can't sleep. And I have problems with insomnia even when I'm awake. So I find myself very tired and lacking in stamina. I guess being lonely is the root cause, because it can cause insomnia. And I'm not with my partner Luigi, who I really miss. And this has come out looking nice. I really miss my partner Luigi. And I'm trying to get in touch with him on the 6 o'clock news on Channel 9. And it really is proving to be extremely difficult trying to get Channel 9 interested in my stuff. It really is, and I'm trying to try my hardest to get my work out there as a photocopier artist, and I do have to catch public transport if I want to go to places like libraries and office works and other places that have photocopiers, folks. So I need access to public transport, even though I hate having to share the public transport with a bunch of sick people, with a bunch of people who are very sick and who don't seem to have any consideration for someone who does not want or can't get sick. So, it really is quite a problem for a person like myself having to deal with this fucking flu shit. And no one seems to care anymore about contagion and all the rest of it. No one seems to care. No one seems to have any sense of worry or any kind of... They just think, oh, it's okay, you're going to catch it, it's all right, you don't have to be afraid. Everyone's getting it, everyone's in the same boat. But fuck yous! Exactly, fuck yous, you fucking... dirty fucking snifflers on the public transport. I need to fucking breathe, you fucking stupids. If you've got a car or if you've got a fucking person who can drive you places, fucking use it, folks. If you've got fucking access to a person, a friend, a family member who's willing to catch a sickness and not worry about it like a person like myself, well, why don't you just fucking not catch public transport? Why don't you just fucking use your resources? Most of you peoples have friends and family who've got cars and stuff. You've got fucking access to a friend or a family member who drives. Well, fucking why don't you do it, folks? Why don't you fucking just stay off the trains and stay off the buses whenever you can? I have no choice. If I get sick, well, I get sick. That's it. I have to fucking still use public transport, and I don't want to pass it through to anyone who is even in worse, and cyan is low, but that's okay. We've got a cyan cartridge ready. Toner cartridge, folks. But basically, yeah, it really drives me nuts trying to catch public transport without getting sick. Trying to avoid catching anything. It really hurts that I have to fucking deal with this shit every day, this fucking shit, sicknesses. Now, we're going to do another movement, folks. I'm not finding this is working very well. I'm going to go 70%. I'm going to just go crazy. Let's go crazy. Let's go nuts. Do-do-do. On the elevator, break us down. Don't go, let's go crazy. Do-do-do-do. That's Prince's Let's Go Crazy. A really good song. I really like that song. I've got it somewhere I had it as a download. And yeah, it was a shame that Prince died when he did. He died when he was in his 50s. He died of some kind of drug overdose with, I think it was called fentanyl or something. He died. And he's really, he was a genius. I wasn't a big Prince fan, and I'm not into his more sleazy sounding songs like Cream or any of that sort of shit, but I do appreciate that he was a real genius, a musical genius in his own right, and he was indeed revered as such. And I'm really disappointed he had to die when he did. That he had to die an early death on this drug. I think it's called fentanyl. He died of a fentanyl overdose, or I don't know what the fuck fentanyl is, folks. But folks, fentanyl was what Prince was taking. I'm not a big celebrity fan. I'm not a person who just keeps mindlessly watching celebrities, but I do appreciate some of them and their genius and their talent behind what they do. And even though I'm not a big Prince fan, I do appreciate some of his music, like Let's Go Crazy. And that's come up looking really quite nice. I think we'll work with that. But basically, he died of a drug overdose, which was really sad. It's really sad when genius gets swallowed up by horrible vices like drugs or a sex life that's too rampant, for their own good. That maybe, they could have lived and they could have produced more music and stayed recognised for what they're good at and not be recognised for what they did wrong in life, that they made a bad decision regarding drug taking or sex, like Queen. Queen died. He died of AIDS, which was really sad. Another genius down the toilet. He was amazing, that Freddie Mercury, with his songs. I really wish that drugs and illicit sex would stop consuming these people. You know, I'd really like to see someone be a role model to the stars, to the celebrities. I'd like to see celebrities who are really talented really thrive, and you know, without me being obsessed with them. I'm not obsessed with celebrities. I just appreciate the stuff they contribute to society as artists, as musos. It's people are a bit too fixated on them though. People are too obsessed with them, I do think. Not because they're talented, but because people seem to think that, yeah, I'm just wondering if maybe I'm going to cut it there and stretch it. But basically, yeah, I do appreciate celebrities, but I'm not the kind of person that absolutely and utterly follows them to the nth degree. I do appreciate their contribution, and I'm hoping myself as a photocopier artist to be recognised as well. And I'm trying my best to get my stuff out there, and that's why I'm braving the dangers of the perils of public transport, where colds and flu are rife, and where you just can't escape the occasional moment where you get sick and you have to fucking deal with it, and it really is difficult dealing with it. And I'd like to make money as a photocopier artist, and I'm trying to get in touch with my lost partner Luigi. I really miss him, folks. I really miss my friend, and he is a friend more than he is. He's not just a sexual companion, he's a friend. I do miss him. I don't know how this has turned out. So funny. I don't know what I've done wrong here, folks. I don't know what the fuck I've done wrong. I'm trying to stretch it along. I meant to stretch it this way. That's why. I meant to stretch it that way. Sorry. Even a person like me who's a talented photocopier artist, we sometimes get things wrong. And this demo is going to be a rather long one. So it's going to be a rather long in the tooth style of demo that I'm doing here, as I often end up doing, because I do make silly errors at times, like blunders. Because even though I'm talented, I still fuck things up. And I'm still a human. I'm not a god or a goddess or a deity. I'm just a human, folks, who's talented, who happens to be talented, and I'm trying to get recognised as such. And that's come up looking really quite ew. I do think, I don't know what to do, folks. I really don't know what to do with this one, folks. I really don't know what to do. This one's a difficult one. This one's a Lulu, okay? It's a fucking Lulu. We're going to do a fucking positive image. We're going to just go back to where we were. We're just going to go crazy and let's go nuts. And I fucked up. I forgot to remove the enlargements. Maybe I'm meant to do it that way. I don't know, folks. I always believe in the power of intuition. I do believe in the power of intuition, folks. I really do. I really believe in something out there, and I'm going to enlarge it off like that. We're going to put this against the edge. That's what I've done wrong. But basically, it's a real struggle trying to be an artist, folks. Being an artist can be very difficult. It can be a very difficult thing, being an artist. When I was young, I wanted to be a photocopier technician because I love photocopiers, right? And I love photocopiers. I wanted to fix them. I wanted to be a repair person. And we're more than 20 minutes into this fucking demo, folks. I don't know why we've done it like this. I don't know whether we're going to make it into a piece of genius or a piece of a bum note. We're going to make it like this. This demo is going to be too long, and we're running low on cyan toner, and if this toner goes out, it's going to be a pain in the ass having to open and close the front cover and hope the machine still gives us more copies coming out of it. But yeah, folks, I'm hoping to get recognised as an artist, and I'm trying to get on Channel 9's 6 o'clock news here in Sydney, Australia. And it's proving to be really difficult trying to get them interested in what I have to do and what I have to say. It really is fucking difficult trying to make something of this. I'm trying to get in touch with my partner Luigi, who I miss. And I want to be able to get off the disability support pension because my disabilities prevent me from working in a normal job. And I don't feel like working in a disabled, what would be in the old days referred to as a sheltered workshop. It's not fun, but my disability does it. I have an intellectual disability as well as high-functioning autism. Both have not been formally diagnosed. And I've got another disability that I have diagnosed, but I can't talk about it because it carries a stigma with it. It's really shameful, but it's there. And that's come up looking really quite interesting and minimalist. Yeah, we can't fault that. I think we can now call this demo quits.